Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for stopping by for this daily tarot read. I'm going to be pulling one card for each sign. So if you know your sun sign, you can get a tidbit of information about you from... Oh, there's one card. A tidbit of information from you about what your day is going to be like. But if you know your ascendant and your house placements, you can actually get quite a bit of information, and your planetary placements too is never a bad thing, about the energy that's occurring during your day. I think we're finished. Thank you guys for spending some of your precious time with me today. I appreciate that. All right, let's get things lined up correctly. Okay, here's the first card that popped out for Aries. Ace of Wands showing up in reverse. Ace of Wands in reverse just means that you are having some kind of idea about something that you know you need to accomplish. However, you don't have a lot of energy towards accomplishing it. You're not really looking forward to this. Of course, we are in tax season, so doing taxes is exactly that type of energy. Like, I know I need to do my taxes, but so it doesn't have to be doing taxes for all of you who are Aries, but something that has that kind of, I know I need to, but energy. Okay, next up, let's look at Taurus. So Taurus, wow, second ace right here, Ace of Swords showing up in reverse. This just means you're passing along good information to somebody or some somebodies in your sphere of influence. Whoop, whoop. Gemini, Gemini. Two of Pentacles showing up here. This just tells me that you guys have a lot going on today and that you are managing to cover it all very gracefully, possibly with some help. I'm seeing this guy ride the horse as he balances the pentacles with the infinity sign over his head. I feel like that horse could be talking about that you have some help keeping all the plates in the air. But even with that, people are still thinking that you're handling everything gracefully, even though you may be being a little stressed out by all of this. Cancer, 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 Cancer. Two of Cups coming up in reverse. Who got this yesterday? Was it you guys or somebody else? Two of Cups in reverse just means that there is something that you used to really enjoy, whether it was the company of a person, a project, a recreational activity, or whatever. And now you're realizing, you know what? Not really so into that anymore. Okay, that's for Cancer. Next up is Leo. So Leos, we have the Two of Swords showing up here for you. Two of Swords just means, let's get this more centered, that you're making some kind of decision today that is going to be impacting you moving forward for, a little bit of a longer term. This isn't just deciding, what nail polish am I putting on? Well, I don't know. Maybe that's long term. Depends how long your nail polish lasts. But definitely not like, what am I going to eat tonight for supper? So making a decision about something that's going to be having a long-term impact on your life today. I don't really see you having any trouble making this decision. This does not seem to be anything that's confusing you here. La da 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 da, Virgo. Ooh, Judgment card, Virgo. We like it. Look at this card too. It talks about time with the hint at the hourglass and the shape of the trees. And it looks like we can see roots of the trees below, so where something got started kind of below the surface. I like this card. All right, so Judgment card for Virgos. This just means that you have something that is coming back from the past, something that you used to do or participate in or be involved with, and you have the option of putting energy back into whatever that is, again, whether it's an old job, an old relationship, an old hobby, whatever. And I think that you're choosing to do that. You're choosing to put that energy and effort back into it again. Okay? Next up, let's look at Libra. Hermit card, Libra, this just tells me that you're taking some time today to spend by yourself, thinking about things, deciding what it is that makes you tick, what makes you happy, what makes you sad, what makes you trigger, and maybe even deactivating some triggers, setting some new priorities. And so when you're ready to come out of hermit mode, you'll be ready to take action on the new priorities. But right now what we see is you being in that hermit mode and just working on those priorities. Next up, let's look at Scorpio. Scorpio. Four of Cups. Ooh, Scorpios. You guys know I have a stellium in Scorpio, right? So Four of Cups talks about this idea of pity party. Basically, the way the energy is sitting right now, we're fixing to throw ourselves a big old pity party. So the beauty about getting a reading like this ahead of time is that you can head off some of this energy of the past because we have free will. So if we notice pity party energy kind of moving in, we want to realize that, that's not really productive. It's not going to accomplish anything. So it's a little better for us, even though it feels very self-righteous to have a pity party, it's better for us in the long run if we can acknowledge the disappointments, but also look ahead to the opportunities that we can still work with and focus on those. Let's do that today, guys. Next up, Sagittarius. Sagittarius. Eight of Swords showing up in reverse. I like the colors of the swords in this card. Very cool. All right, so Eight of Swords in reverse just means that, by the way, this is the Paulina Tarot for those of you who are interested. Eight of Swords in reverse just means that there was something that had you really overthinking and thinking in circles, and you felt really stuck with it. You didn't know how to move forward with whatever this situation was. With the Eight of Swords in reverse, this means you're breaking free from that situation. You've realized the only thing holding you captive was your own perspective, and now that you've realized that, you will no longer be captive to that perspective anymore. Sometimes this card comes up whenever people break up from somebody, so you could be breaking up from somebody, but more often it's about breaking up with an old way of thinking about things and looking at things with a fresh perspective that's more productive. Capricorn. Seven of Cups showing up in reverse, Capricorn. This tells me that you have been considering some things that you could do to improve your situation in life. And now, today, we see you focusing on whatever option there that you like the most. Woot woot, taking some action towards making that happen. Next up, Aquarius. Hierophant showing up in reverse. Aquarius, you guys are coming out of some type of long-term contract or agreement, or else you are not going into a long-term contract or agreement that maybe you thought you were going to be going into. So either coming out of a long-term contract or agreement, I should say, or not going into one that you had originally thought that you would. All right, who was that? That was Aquarius. Now, Pisces. We have the Sun card showing up here. Isn't this a nice card? It's interesting because I can remember going fishing with my dad when I was little, and we would catch grasshoppers as bait in the summer times. Especially on the summers when the grasshoppers were plentiful, and I can remember that the bottom of their little bellies looked kind of like this with the lines across. And yet, this is quite clearly a bird and not a grasshopper. So, because a grasshopper does not have a beak like that. So, anyway, this is kind of a hybrid type of animal for me when I look at this card. But very interesting. I like the little heart that shows up in the center of the sun. I love the sunflowers. Basically what we have going on here, for those of you who are Pisces, is we have what I would call a good day. This is a day when you're doing things that make you happy, that make you feel satisfied, fulfilled, and you've got nobody looking over your shoulder trying to set any type of boundaries around this, deadlines or ways you should be doing this. You're getting to do this exactly the way that you want to, in exactly the time that you want to, and just enjoying it thoroughly. So we like it. Yay, yay. Thank you guys very much for being here, and thank you for supporting the channel with likes, shares, and your feedback down in the comments below. And of course, thank you for supporting me with readings or Reiki sessions that you book with me. I appreciate everything you do, guys. Everybody have a fantastic day, and if I don't talk to you later on today, then I will see you on the next video. Peace out.